Periodic classification of the elements. Today we know 118 elements in the scientific world. However, around the year 1800, only about 30 elements were known. After then discovered, time to time. Initial classification of elements were classified into two groups, metal and non-metals. Later on, another class of the elements called metalloids was noticed. Different scientists started trying to different method of the classification. Doberliner Triads. In 1870, he made a group of the three elements, each having the similar chemical properties, called them triad. He arranged the three elements in a triads in increasing order of the atomic mass and showed that the atomic mass of the middle element was approximately equal to the mean of the atomic mass of the other elements. He gives the example of lithium, sodium and potassium. The sodium atomic mass is the mean of the other two elements. Another law is the Newlands Law of Octaves. English scientist John Newlands correlated the atomic masses of the element to their properties in different ways in year 1866. Newlands arranged the element known at that time in an increasing order at their atomic masses. He found that every 8 element had properties similar to those of the first. Newlands compared this similarity with the octaves in music. He called the similarity observed in the 8th and the first element as the law of octave. Indian music system, there are the 7 main notes sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa, which is called as saptak, and compared with it, he gives the example of hydrogen, lithium, barium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen. Third one is Menelhus periodic table. Russian scientist Dmitry Menelhus developed the periodic table of elements during the period of 1869. Menelhus considered the fundamental properties of the element, namely the atomic mass, as standard and arranged 63 elements known at that time in increasing order of their atomic masses. Then he transformed into the periodic table of the element in accordance with the physical and the chemical properties of these elements. He stated the law. Properties of the elements are the periodic function of their atomic masses. Now we discuss about the merits and demerits of the Menelhus periodic table. Look at the picture shown in book on page number 18. The chart showing the Menelhus periodic table. There are the 8 groups and the 12 series, means horizontal line. There are some vacant places also present. According to that, we discuss here the merits first. Atomic mass of the some element were revised so as to give them the proper place in the periodic table in accordance with their properties. There is a giving example of beryllium have a mass 14.09 unit, and it was changed after the correction value is a 9.4 unit. The second one, the Menelhus kept the vacant place in the periodic table for elements not discovered till then. 3 of these unknown elements were given the name Ica boron, Ica aluminum and Ica silicon. From the known neighbors, the atomic mass were indicated there also. After discovering and the name as the scandium, gallium and germanium, respectively. The properties of these elements matched well with this project predicted by the Menelhus. Due to this success, all were convinced about the importance of the Menelhus periodic table, and this method of the classification of elements was accepted immediately. The third merit is there was no place reserved for the noble gas in Menelhus' original periodic table. However, when noble gas such as helium, neon, argon were discovered toward the end of the 19th century, Menelhus created the zero group without disturbing original periodic table in which noble gases were fitted very well. Now we discuss about the demerits of the Menelhus periodic table. The whole number of atomic mass of the element cobalt and nickel is the same. Therefore, there was no ambiguity regarding their sequence in Menelhus periodic table. Means it is confused about the position of cobalt and nickel. The second one is the isotopes were discovered long time after Menelhus put forth the periodic table. As isotopes have the same chemical properties but different atomic masses, a challenge was posed in the placing them in Menelhus periodic table. The third demerit is when the elements are arranged in an increasing order of atomic masses, the rise in atomic mass does not appear to be uniform. It was not possible, therefore, to predict how many elements could be discovered between two heavy elements. The fourth demerit is about the position of the hydrogen. Hydrogen shows the similarity with the halogen. There is a similarity in the also molecular formula of the compounds of hydrogen alkali metals. On the considering the properties, it cannot be decided whether the correct position of hydrogen is in the group of alkali metal, means group first, or in the group of halogen, means group 7th. Like this, here we learn about the Doberliner Triads, Newlands octave, Menelhus periodic table, their merits and demerits. Thank you.